In this video, I'm going to show you guys how I do my color grading. So let's get this started. First of all, we will do basic color correction. Just to correct the color of this video, first thing that you have to do is correct your white balance. Just click here and then click any area that you think should be pure white. Okay, like here, this area should be pure white, so I'm just clicking on this. As you can see, the white balance of my video is already fine. Now you don't have to stick with this auto correction. If you want a certain color, you can do it manually also. For example, for this video I want a bluish tone, so I'm going to bring it a little bit down so I can have a bluish tone on my overall video. Not too much, just maybe 3.2 is fine. And since we have trees, I can just bring this down to a little bit, not too much, exactly the same, to have a little bit tint of green. Now you have to keep in mind that every video is different and the color correction would be different for each and every clip. Now what you have to do is use the Limitry scopes. If you don't see this, you have to go to window and then go to Limitry scope. Make sure it's ticked. Now here, this is our Limitry graph. First thing I have to do is bring down the exposure a little bit because we have to keep the graph somewhere between 100 and 0. If it's totally touching 100, there's no detail at all. If it's totally touching 0, then your video will be more darkened and still you don't have any details. Got a little contrast, not too much. As we can see, our original clip also has some high contrast, so what I'm doing is bringing it down a little bit. Remember not to go too far in every situation. Test everything what is working for your clip. As you can see, most of the graph is touching the 0, which means in the black areas we have no details, such as here and here. This area doesn't have any detail, so no matter how I like the contrast, it will never recover the detail because there's no detail over there. And let's bring up the saturation. Now as you can see, we are seeing much more color and much more clear picture. You can compare by toggling this FX button. This was the before. This is the after. This is only the correction. I haven't done the grading. Now, if you don't want to do a lot of grading and all that, what you can do is just basic color correct and go and set your whatever LUTs you have, whichever LUTs you prefer. But for this video, I'm not going to use a lot. I'm gonna do it everything manually. Fatal film, I like fatal film. Let's have 10. I think 10 is fine. I'm not gonna use too much of that, but yes, I'm gonna increase the saturation a little bit more. And shadow tint. This is the most important part. With this, you can have a tint in your shadows. I want to have a tint of blue in my shadows. So all the darker parts like this and this will have a little bit tint of blue color, which will really look nice if you done correctly. Don't overdo it, just a little bit is fine. Now we are going to go into curves tab. First thing first, what I love to do is make a S curve. What you have to do is in the RGB curves, select the white here, make a point here and make a point here. Now you have to increase this and decrease this. As you can see, the instant change in our image here. This was the before, this is the after. It makes a huge difference just by doing this S curve. As you can see, this is looking like a S. Now, since we have trees, I'm going to increase the green color an overall image from where the green color is starting to where the green color is ending, and just select any midpoint and increase the greens. It will add a more brightness to your greens. If I overdo it, you will absolutely see it. Look how bright are greens, but not in that intensity. I'm going to do it like this. Also, I want to just cut the blues a little bit popped up. This will look good. Okay, so yeah, looking good. Now, hue versus hue. Mostly this tab is used to replace one color from another. For example, I want to change the blue. Okay, but I'm not going to do that. What I'm going to do is, as you can see here, we don't have much green in the overall image. So for that, as I'm going to do is, from here to here, just going to increase the greens like this. Also, the blue area a little bit shiny. That's it. Not a huge difference, just a tint. Now hue versus shimmer. What this does is make any color brighter or more dull. Okay. In this case, I'm seeing the trees a little too bright. I want the overall theme of this video to be a little dark, like cinematic videos. So what I'm going to do is select all the greens and make them a little darker. Not too much, just a little. You can see it had made some difference here. Now we are going to go directly in the color wheel match. What I'm going to do here is decrease the mid-tone. Again, going for the darker tones for overall video. Decreasing the mid-tones here as well as some shadows. Never overdo anything. Last, which is very important, is some vignette. Now for this, what I like to do is I just increase it to the extent I'll start decreasing them one by one. Here's the final result, and now to make it more appealing, what I'm going to do is add an adjustment layer. By the way, if you want, you can do this whole color grading process on just an adjustment layer. Actually, I forgot to add an adjustment layer, so never mind. But if you are doing, make sure you are doing everything that I did on an adjustment layer, so later it will be easy to decrease and increase the opacity or apply it on other parts of the video. What I'm going to do here is just go to my workspace. This is the actual workspace that I work in. That workspace I created only for color grading process. What I'm going to do is drop a crop effect here on the adjustment layer. Now top I will crop 12%, and from bottom I will also go 12% to have that cinematic look of the black bars. So here is the final result. I've also added some sound effects to make it more realistic and cinematic. Do let me know if you want separate videos on sound effects, how to merge them, how to choose the right sound effect. Just let me know in the comments below. So that was it for today's video. Hope you guys liked this video. Thanks for watching.